Deadly.
And we are back for another episode of the Kingdom Live. We'd like to welcome our viewers as usual from across the beautiful country of Canada, Manitoba, Saskatchewan, Alberta, Ontario, and anybody else who's out there. We're happy to have you here tonight. Without further ado, let's get the countdown going here. Give me 1 sec. And drums, when we get back, I want to hear the biggest what is up of your life. See you in 30.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Kingdom. As always, my name is Jerome, and I'm joined by the brothers behind King Golf, Regan and Jordan Headley. As we always do, we'll send it up north first, see what's going on with our boy Reggie. What's going on, buddy?
Boys, nothing too great, to be honest with you. I had to miss men's night last night. I had a wakeboarding accident Saturday night. No fracture though, no fracture. Just a pretty bad sprain. I couldn't walk for a few days there, so it was kind of tough.
Your foot, your ankle, what happened?
Ankle, yeah, I rolled. Well, I guess it kind of just like what would you call it? It was the same as a rolled ankle, but I didn't roll it. It kind of just got like pulled in the boot. But,
you rolled it.
Yeah, so it's been pretty swollen. It's been a couple slow-moving days around here. Missed men's night last night. Hoping to golf at the Battle of Belts this weekend, but we'll see. Most importantly, the wedding, obviously, next weekend. I was really
should probably worry about that more.
Being pushed down a wheelchair or getting a Jack Eichel scooter to get down the aisle.
That would be outstanding.
But no, it's progressing good. So I should be golfing this weekend, getting married next weekend. Should be.
Next weekend already? Holy shit. That's
crazy
wild.
Times, I know.
Can't wait. What's going on over in your neck of the woods, Shore?
Top of the evening to you, ladies and gentlemen. Reggie, who are you trying to be wakeboarding? You don't wakeboard.
You don't surf. Lying shit.
Not much going on here. I can hear the bell on number between 4 and 5 ringing, so the ladies must be still golfing out there on the course. Just got back from Brandon, kind of a manic Monday or Wednesday here, I guess you'd say. Did my first grocery shop in Brandon, had to pack a cooler and about 6 ice packs to get the Spence Bros pizza home safe and secure. And so got it done.
Just a cooler full of pizza.
Yeah. And
I don't
know. It's beautiful outside. It was actually a really nice night to be driving. Not a cloud in the sky. I don't blame people if they're watching the recorded version of this because you don't really want to miss these nights in the summer, especially here in Manitoba. So, but other than that, I don't know. I just realized I had a Popeye shirt on. This kind of a free Popeye shirt, kind of awkward, but whatever. Anyways, drums.
Hola.
How's your birthday? Did you do anything else or no?
I don't even know when your birthday was. Wednesday. That was when we were on. No, we went to BC the next morning. So that was a good 14-hour car ride first day. And then, yeah.
How's that course?
14 hours.
Didn't actually play.
What?
Everything kind of fell apart with plans, and I'm a head case, so I wasn't going by myself.
Well, don't blame me, though. That's kind of weird to do.
But it was actually kind of funny because we had like drinks at the course Friday night. Like it was like a mixer, like everybody that was at the wedding met there. And like it was fucking incredible. So like I was like kind of dreaming that I did actually play. I'm kicking myself since that I didn't. So
You look pretty sick.
yeah, it was amazing. Like there's so many courses in there. Like you could drive for like half hour and hit like 6 unreal courses.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah.
Maybe one day if we find some cash, we can go out there for a golf
Tour. Yeah.
What do you do for 14 hours in a car, Drums? You play any games?
We podcasted.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we downed the first season of Serial, which is it's kind of like the podcast that kicked my interest off in podcasts. So it's like an investigative kind of like one of those documentary shows that like making of a murderer type thing.
Oh yeah.
But in podcast form. Sponsored by Kellogg's. And then the wedding, we were there for a wedding. The wedding was sick. The groom busts out his whole band and played at his own wedding and just shredded for like 4 hours.
That's a bold move.
It's a bold move, but it was pretty fun. It was awesome.
That was a bold move.
And then just hiked her home. Quick trip.
So how many nights were you there? Just 2?
We were there Thursday, Friday, Saturday night.
Oh yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah.
So we got, I wouldn't say we necessarily have a theme on tonight's podcast, which we usually try to do, but usually make notes on my phone throughout the week or on notepads here. And there was just a lot of shit to go over here between housekeepings and the Open and just stuff going on. So I think it's kind of going to be a little bit more scattered than usual tonight. Hopefully Drums as you see this at the end. You had 14 hours to think of some. So
I was stuck in a car. I couldn't like find shit to talk about.
I thought maybe you'd start over from episode 1 of the Kingdom, but I mean, I guess that other one would probably be a little more interesting. But I'd like to play the ones that we made before. That's what I'd like to do on a road trip.
Yeah, we'll get those going one day.
The OGs. Oh no, we shouldn't.
So where should we start tonight? I'd say probably with the golf, although I'm letting this beer kind of marinate in between my cheeks here, but
so I'll get back to it.
I also put way too much Tabasco in this chelada in a rush. She's hot. But let's start with the Open because it was awesome. Did you guys, Drums, you probably didn't catch a whole lot. Rigo, I don't know what you were up to, but I watched a good amount of it. It was really hard to see Tiger have the opening day that he had. But it was also pretty cool to see the ovation that he got. Not really a surprise, I wouldn't say, but pretty cool. I saw a couple TikToks with some sad music attached to it and got a little teary-eyed. I don't know.
Yeah, but he didn't stop walking across the bridge, so he's not done.
I know.
And he's not dying.
Yeah.
No.
But it is also sad to see it happen.
It is. Yes.
It's weird to see him crying.
Pretty cool. Yeah.
Wasn't it?
Yeah, he doesn't do that often.
Yeah,
a couple times.
Yeah.
A couple times with his dad, with his kid. But and St. Andrews. So we posted that Instagram. I guess you'd call it. They call it notes now. It's like a question you can kind of put on there and like the direct message or something. Anyways, we probably got like 10 times more responses through that than we did on like our stories when you ask people questions. I don't know why. I just maybe don't think people go through all the stories or they just kind of skip through them really fast. But anyways, we asked the question of, do you like the Open better or the Masters better? And it was a surprisingly high amount of people that said the Masters. No, I guess I shouldn't say surprisingly, but I thought it'd be a little bit more even. But the one thing that most people said was the Masters, unless it's at St. Andrews.
Right.
So people prefer the Open when it's in St. Andrews to the Masters.
Yeah.
So I came up with a couple ideas on maybe how to, just based on that, because the Masters is kind of so cool because it's the same course every year, right? You basically know every hole. There's a lot of history on every hole. Why don't they do that with the Open? Why don't they just leave it at St. Andrews?
I think because it's the British Open, like it's got to make a tour around Britain, right? Same with the Canadian Open, the U.S. Open. They're not going to have it at the same spot because then it's just that course is open.
I guess so, but maybe something to consider. I don't know. Like, kind of my idea was just to do like the Masters in Augusta, do the Open at St. Andrews, and then this is kind of down the road when I think that the tours will eventually merge together, and it's kind of like a world tour instead of mostly focused in USA. So then you'd have some tournaments in America, but you'd also have a lot more tournaments in Europe where the Open is usually switched between. So you have an annual tournament there that all the elite players play in, but
Right.
that then the Open becomes a St. Andrews every year.
Then it's just similar to every other tournament, right? Like every other tournament's played at the same spot every year.
So do you think that that's kind of part of the tournament itself, is that it bounces around?
Yeah.
Really?
I think that it should be now with the technology and everything available. I think that it just helps to watch. Like, what helps watching St. Andrews and what helps watching the Masters is that you know all the holes. Pebble Beach, you know all the holes. I think that if they had I forgot about the comments. What was I going to say? Oh shit! Like a Netflix documentary of the course that was going to be played, like for the U.S. Open and for the British Open. If they did like a 4-part miniseries about all the holes on it and that kind of thing to make you more acquainted with the course. Because even if you're watching it, unless you're watching Tiger or unless you're watching on Sunday, you're not going to get to see all the holes because they generally don't show one guy play all 18 holes on Thursday, unless it is Tiger. Then you get a feel for the holes. But I think it'd be cool to see like just a 4-part, just nothing crazy, a little bit of the history of the course, and then kind of a roll through of all the holes. I don't know if they have enough footage of it. Like they could include famous shots hit on these holes over the years, if there was any. I don't know. I think it would just make it more interactive, and you'd have a clue what course they're playing instead of waiting for Sunday, I guess.
Yeah, and I think we'll definitely kind of see that with the Netflix show whenever it comes out. Like I imagine they'll kind of do like a big, I don't know, because are you going to waste 4 episodes just on majors?
Probably not.
Yeah. But like you said, like make it its own separate thing.
Yeah. Just call it like the majors or something, or
right.
Not
spin-off.
Yeah. I think it'd be cool. I'd watch it.
Yeah, we'll be.
So I was at Craven on the weekend watching Morgan Wallen, and also the next day was watching Cam Smith win the Open. And what do those guys have in common?
Mullies.
So I was thinking maybe that's the secret to be unlocked right now. Maybe we need mullets.
I'm going to wait a couple weeks.
But don't you want it for the biggest day of your life? I feel like that's when you'd want it the most.
I think that's the secret.
If you stroll down the aisle with a mullet.
Can you imagine?
It really wouldn't look that much different for you, Rigo. Like,
no.
I don't think it would, unless you buzz the sides off. But that's not really the style of the mullets anyways. So Cam Smith's mullet, sick. I actually want to talk about Craven a little later in the show once we get through the Open stuff, because there was a lot to be discussed there for sure. But anything else we would need to talk about the Open?
Fuck.
What?
Rory's so fucking good at golf, but he just can't win right now. That
was
so
kind of the
crazy.
story. Hey, it almost overtook the Cam Smith win, Rory's blow up.
Was it really that much of a blow up, or did Cam just go lights out?
He just can't. Rory had 36 putts.
Cam was 30 on the back.
Yeah, I know, but like if Rory would have made a couple putts, Cam would have had to been 28 on the back to win. You know what I mean?
Right.
But Rory, you watched it, like Rory, was he around the hole at all, or just?
Well, actually, I listened to quite a bit of commentary afterwards, and as much as I don't like that Brandel Chambly, he kind of made a good point about Rory thinking that it was kind of a 2-man race, and kind of forgot about Cam, Smith and Cam Young, I guess, too, right? Because they were both kind of in the mix there by the end of it.
Right.
But Vic fell off the cliff pretty early, and I think that maybe Rory thought that he kind of had it in the bag and could afford to miss a few shots and just kind of not blow up.
Right.
But then the two Cams chasing him sure had other ideas. That shot that Cam it was Cameron. I guess they call him Cameron Young. He hit on 18 that the last hole there and made the putt for eagle because he needed that to tie. I think hope that he didn't get up and down, which he did. But what a shot under pressure! The 18th hole eagles it.
Right.
So
and then Cam Smith putt.
Yeah, that was
up
crazy.
Up the side of that bunker. Jesus.
And you didn't really appreciate it until you saw it from behind.
It's funny how many times like that happens in majors. Hey, like guys just clutch up like that. Like that was wild. And then he makes the putt after
For
that.
17, yeah.
Like you'll see that clip over and over and over because it's just like it's that good. I mean, I don't know. It just shows you how good those guys are. Hey, we'd like stub it off the toe of the putter into the bunker, make it 10, skull
Snap my
into the
putter
crowd.
somehow.
So Cam Smith's not very old, right? It's not like he's played that course enough to like know all the breaks and all the greens. So you'd think that he put a lot of time into learning the course.
Mm-hmm.
And probably just because watching so many clips from the years of kind of that same scenario, because I think Rory had that exact same shot from a couple years ago, whenever it was. But there's Barrett right there. That's the
champ.
Barrett's going to win a piece of King Golf gear, a hoodie or a t-shirt or an undershirt or whatever the heck you want, a hat. So we'll be in touch with Barrett. Congrats on it's nice to see somebody pick a winner. Usually, I mean, we didn't have an excess of picks, so it was kind of cool to see somebody pick it.
Ches
went and picked up his camper on Monday, I think it was. He texted me, see if I was around to play around at Rossman, but I was still in the Giant, the city that rhymes with fun.
Oh, boy. Cam Smith is world number 2, hey?
You know what? Like the guy's been playing a lot of really good golf, and I think that it was good that he won this, so he finally kind of got some of the credit that he might have deserved.
But he's still not getting it. Like you said, people are talking like Rory blew up, but like that guy is maybe the best putter that I've ever seen.
You're probably right.
Next to Spieth
and
like in his heyday, right? Like I he's just a crazy putter, man.
Wait till he signs with the LIV.
It said that he had something like 28 or 29 less putts than Rory on the weekend.
That's wild.
Like that shows you how good Rory hit it. Hey?
Yeah, for real.
What was the one I saw? Rory scored better than 98.5% of the field in every major this year and hasn't won. That's wild.
Nuts. But he's playing so good. I mean, you can't.
Yeah.
He's given the PGA what it needs right now. Like I think.
Yeah.
Like every week he's right there.
But
sorry, go ahead.
If he won 2 of those majors instead of 0.
Oh yeah.
Like at the end of his career, I feel like that's going to be a much more significant number than ties for third. And you know what I mean? Like, even though he's playing well and making probably a ton of money off of these events, it still doesn't really count for jack shit at the end of your career unless you win them, unfortunately.
And the amount of pressure that's just going to keep mounting on him now to carry the PGA as they're making him out to be the savior.
Yeah.
Like he's going to have to start winning too for that to happen.
Well, if guys like Chucky Three Sticks and Henrik Stenson keep leaving, then Rory will start winning in no time. Like those are some huge names leaving the tour.
And Taylor Kokrak?
No, Jason Kokrak. Yeah. Dan Keeping. They look the exact same.
Kokrak does?
Yeah, Kokrak.
Well, he's got a little bit more weight on him than DK for sure.
They're twins.
Apparently, there's a bunch more that are taken off after like the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like Matsuyama and apparently Cam Smith.
Think.
He answered a question after his press conference, and he didn't really give a good answer.
Well,
I'm
he's
just
just going to
so
stick
sick.
around and win the FedEx $26 million and then leave.
And then bounce
Yeah,
for
but-
another 50.
Could you imagine if he signed right now? I think it'd be a lot more than 26 mil.
I think
Yeah,
he'll win the 26 and then get that.
Yeah. And then go
Maybe.
get 50.
Something's going to happen here in the next year or two with these tours, because I don't think that's going to be sustainable like this if people keep leaving the PGA. I mean, the majority of like the quality golfers are still on the PGA, but like the recognizable golfers are moving over there, it seems like, and they're getting some big sponsors, and they're just
Yeah,
going to be
they're
able
working
to afford to pay the guys more to go.
Yeah, it's just crazy though. Like that Andy Ogletree and James Piot, whatever his name is, the amateur there. They're playing that Colorado Open this weekend because like they can't play on the PGA.
Right. Yeah, like it's gonna be funny just to watch. Like, it's unbelievable how like devastated the like golf writers are. Like, you try following those guys on Twitter. That's all they've talked about for the past 6 months. It's fucking nauseating. It's gross.
Did you see Faraday jump ship too?
Yeah.
And Charles Barkley's going?
Really?
Yeah.
I heard that, yeah.
Holy
I don't know. Is
cow.
that fake or no?
I don't know. Joe Buck, somebody said too.
No. They said they're paying Joe Buck to announce on the PGA.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they said they're going to pay him whatever it is to stick around and announce on the PGA to make them look worse.
He's a sleeper.
Unreal.
Yeah, it'll be really interesting to see what happens there.
Okay, but anyways, everything that I read today about Chucky Three Sticks, like the guy's carved out a career. He's like 26 all time on the money list. He hasn't won since like, when was it, 2007? No, maybe he won once since 2007. And he still gets to play in all these events, and he's like made $40 million. Like, he's a prime example of the guys that benefit from the PGA structure, and he just pieces out to the LIV Tour. Okay.
Well, yeah, somebody offered him a shitload of money.
Fuck off, Charles.
Hey.
No, that's gutless, man.
Why?
I think. Cause
Why? No, but like, somebody fucking explain to me why it's gutless.
Because it is.
Why?
There's just no loyalty anymore. That's all. Like, they made him.
Why?
They gave him a career for 20 years that he wouldn't have.
He played.
But Rigo,
Like, he didn't
give
just
it to
fucking
him.
wake up with that in his bank account.
He earned it. Like, the guy knows how to make money. Whether he knows how to win or not, he knows how to make money. And that's what a lot of guys do on tour.
Yeah, I don't know. You'd think guys like that would stick around. I get guys that are getting thrown a large amount of money that haven't made a whole lot on the PGA, but like, he has, and I don't know. I have an issue with it, but whatever. I do.
Yeah, but you can't even explain your issue. You're like everybody else.
I said he's got no fucking loyalty to a tour that gave him everything that he has for the last 20
To a
years.
fucking tour? Like, are you mad Johnny Gaudreau left too?
Yeah, I am, actually.
Why?
Because he sewered them.
Who?
Calgary.
How did he sewer them?
Because he didn't tell them that he was going to leave, or they could have got something for him. I think that's gutless too. They just gave him 8 years of whatever. There's just no loyalty left in sports. That's all. Anywhere.
I don't know why. Like, why be loyal?
You don't think he owes Calgary anything?
No.
They offered him more though. It's not about going to get the bag. They offered him more than Columbus gave.
So I also saw that somebody broke it down, and with taxes and all that shit, he left $2 million on the table.
I don't know. I saw that it was like still 14 with taxes in, but
I honestly think that the restrictions and everything in Canada over the last couple of years has played a big part of that.
Definitely.
What a nightmare that would be for players.
Well, and like he said, like, they're just getting ready to have their first kid. Their parents can't get into the fucking country. Like,
it's actually a big deal. It's a big deterrent for guys.
Like you talked about a couple of weeks ago with the ball players not coming up. Yeah,
like they can't get anyone. Like, there's 2 fielders that they want to trade for that are unvaccinated, so they can't even play in Toronto, so they can't get them.
That's tough.
Yeah.
Do you remember when everybody was like getting roasted for not getting vaxxed, and then ball players are just It's okay.
They just don't give a shit. Well, it isn't okay though. Like, they still can't come into Canada.
Well, that's
That's Canada's problem, though.
No, I know, but that was what's his name's problem too.
But remember, like Wiggins
in
and
Detroit. What the hell is his name?
Aaron Rodgers, Bertuzzi,
but he just couldn't come into Canada.
Roasted.
Yeah, they made it seem like he was the only athlete on the planet that didn't get it.
Yeah.
And Djokovic too, and he just won the ground salami or whatever you call it. I don't know what it is.
That's what I mean.
So on a lighter note, driving home from Regina the other day, I happened to drive through St. Lazare and Birtle that route. And so I'm hoping somebody in the chat or on the recorded version is familiar with the Birtle area. Because I passed a house or a farm or whatever it may be with two probably 12-foot high. They're like gargoyles sitting at the end of the lane, but they look like Shrek. Have you guys seen those?
Are they white?
No, they're green.
Huh.
And so, anyways, there's these two huge Shrek statues. They weren't of Shrek, unless who the artist who did them did a horrible job, but they just look like Shrek. And the gate was locked and said "Do not enter." And there's these Shrek things were like the guardians of the house. So I just want to know if there's like any significance there. But if nobody knows, then we'll have to continue to explore that. But
well, I'm sure Mikkel and Harley will know.
True. Harley, are you in the chat? Me and Harley are golfing together on Friday morning at Rossman Lake, the Farmers Classic.
I'm gonna go for them tomorrow. Actually, I think if my foot's good. Yeah.
Out here? No.
Yeah, Easton has to get her dress done up. So.
Oh. Yeah. Yes, Chaz, on top of the hill, right before you go down.
It's probably Woody's house.
We're playing in the tournament. Me and Harley are not on the same team. I'm golfing with Randy and Mom and Dad. Yeah, it's me and Randy on a team, and then we're golfing with Mom and Dad, and I think that Harley's in the other foursome, so should be a good day.
Nice.
Randers?
Yeah, you're obviously playing Brandon tomorrow, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna play I'm gonna go for Rossman Lake men's night if my foot's good tomorrow.
Nice.
Easton, yeah, she asked if I wanted to go because she has to get her dress done up by Maryland. So.
Oh, by Maryland. Okay, that makes more sense. Also on rural Manitoba note, played Souris for our men's night last week. Was pretty good shape. I was impressed by how good it was based on the amount of rain and stuff that they've had there, and the bridges were out.
Is it so wet?
No, it wasn't bad. There was a couple of wet spots, but it wasn't anything noticeable. But I was talking to somebody a couple of days ago about 9-hole courses, and I just said I actually kind of prefer 9-hole courses for some that you're not familiar with because you get to play the 9 again afterwards.
Right.
Same holes.
Yeah.
So I haven't played Souris for a couple of years. And there was holes that I forgot what was where and what was trouble and stuff like that. So
where to hit to.
Yeah. And so it's hard to really commit to shots when you don't really know what's there or not. Right. So I played like shit on the front nine, but had a good back nine. I think for that reason, because you can actually commit to shots. So that's one of the other benefits of the old 9-hole rural courses, I find. But
yeah, I agree with that.
Rigo, do you have any housekeeping? Because this beer is getting warmer. But
I guess just Cockerill was playing in the
Barbasol.
Barracuda. In the Stableford format. Kind of weird to see those leaderboards all the time. Finished tied 39. Had some glimpses. He was actually in second. No, tied third after the first day. He was leading for most of the first day. Really, it's just still like super cool to see. Like
it's amazing
that happen. I don't know. That's incredible to me. But so he's been now T39 at the Barracuda, T60 at the Barbasol, and T48 at the Canadian Open in his 3 PGA starts this year. So 3 made cuts. The unfortunate part, I guess, if there is one, he's still with these events. The Canadian Open was the only one that had any rank points to it.
Oh,
So
right.
even though he's finishing in the top 60 in these or top 50 in these tournaments, his overall rank in the world is still going down. But I don't think that really matters in the grand scheme of things. I mean, he's got 3 made cuts on the PGA this year, which is, I mean, if you told me to have that at the start of the year, probably he'd be pretty excited about that. So
Hang your hat on that. Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty incredible. It's just crazy to see. It's awesome.
And then I think he's back next week
In Europe,
overseas. Yeah.
it'd be a lot for him to travel this week.
I feel like that's another downside of so many different tours, like the Euro, the PGA, the LIV. It's so complicated for fans to try to figure out. You know, a guy makes 3 cuts in the PGA Tour. You'd expect him to have a couple exemptions going forward, but only one of them counts for points.
In the world rankings,
I guess. But that's kind of how exemptions are given out, aren't they? And stuff
I think
like
there's
that.
different rules on the PGA.
That's what I mean.
There's just so much. Like those opposite fields, I don't know. I think you pretty much have to win or finish like in the top 5 to get something from those opposite field ones. Like any kind of, but obviously he's getting exemptions, but that's because of his DP rank. So all these guys,
but just all the experience is still going to help him out.
Yeah,
even if he goes
definitely.
back there. Yeah, like he knows 100%. He can play on that tour.
Yeah, definitely, man. It's great.
Okay, so the high of the Open was Cam Smith and Barrett winning some King gear. The low was me picking Tiger again and having to shotgun again. Do I regret it? No. Will I pick him next time? Yes. I don't know, actually.
Well, it kind of serves you right because I asked you if I could have him and you said no. So.
Okay, well, here's the Tiger, our guy. Labatt Blue.
Oh, my favorite.
I kind of grabbed this in a panic when you guys reminded me that I had the shotgun. So
there will be some Labatt Blues at the wedding and clubs.
Yeah. And spices. Spice rum.
Oh yeah.
The wedding on Saturday ran out of spice rum in like 2 hours. I was greatly disappointed on that one.
I hope we have enough.
Oh, somebody just made a putt. One of the ladies. Okay.
How do you know that?
I can hear.
I can hear.
Okay,
whoop,
cheers.
Whoop.
Hey?
Like a girl's whoop whoop?
Yeah. Probably for, I shouldn't say that. Oh. Bit of leakage, but not bad. Did you guys see that video on TikTok today with some King Cup highlights on Instagram too? Did you see Dall's shotgun there where he slams it down?
Holy shit.
Right to the beat of country ass shit. It's funny. I was editing that video and usually I try to time stuff like that with, things that happened in the song. But I had about 10 different clips there and it just lined up perfectly with that exact time in the song. Didn't have to change it at all. So
did any of that beer touch his tongue or mouth?
He went through that pretty fast.
Holy shit. And Sam wasn't too far behind him, actually.
No.
Oh, Dal was gunning for me.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He wasn't in the playoff.
Yeah, he wasn't even in the playoff.
That's amazing, actually.
Oh, what a guy.
He's my caddy.
What a guy. What a guy. So that's that.
He said, what do you want me to do? I'll be your caddy. I said, go get me 4 drinks. And so he ran off to the clubhouse, came back, shotgunned a beer, and we took off.
No way.
Yeah.
Everybody's favorite NBA player just signed a big contract.
Who's that?
James Harden.
Quickly, I guess, while we're kind of in between things here, there's a tournament at Niagara on Monday called Swings for Soldiers. Our buddy Jay Nickel out of Niagara asked that we just give him a shout out. They're still looking for some teams there. So if you or anybody you know has any interest, just reach out to Jay on Instagram. I think it's just Jay Nickel, Jay NICHOL. Nyack was always mint, and I'm sure it'll be a really good tournament by those guys. So, Rigo, do you have any updates from the Lab Rats or not?
I don't. Clayton sent me a video of his swing tonight. He's got men's night tonight. Dal, I've been working with him a little bit, but every time we do, we seem to drink too many beers and forget to do it. And then Lehman still, I haven't really got too much from him yet. I think he's kind of the same way as us. Likes to have a bunch of beers when he goes out. So, but I'll get caught up soon here. Obviously, had lots going on in life recently, and I think as soon as August 1st hits, I'll have a lot less on my plate, and I can start digging away at things there. Hopefully,
Then you're married. You can't go outside now.
Hopefully, golfing a little bit too. You can't go outside.
You're chained up, boy.
So I was at kind of on the Lab Rats note, I would say. Rigo and Ches were talking about putting tips the last couple of weeks. And I was at Valley Village, one of my favorite spots on earth, the other day. Picked up about 5 new golf books, and one was won by the Play Your Best Game or something by Tommy Armour. It looked like it was from like 1955. Like all the pages are kind of ripped up and stuff, but got some good putting tips out of it. And one of them was actually kind of what you said, Rigo, with a little bit more added to it. So chapter 13 is called The Fascinating, Frustrating Philosophy of Putting. But the part that was highlighted right on the first page was to become a good putter, the main requisites are to keep the heads dead still and make the putter blade go accurately toward the hole. So it's about a 10-page chapter, and that was on the first page. That was in bold and in red too. What happened with Ches here? What did I miss?
Probably saying that I won't be able to golf or do that stuff. Mm-hmm. So I'll be married. I'm guessing is what he's saying.
Yes. And then there was another part that I highlighted here from the book. Man, the cool thing about golf books and just golf in general is like the game's so old and like not much has changed throughout the years. Like there's been technology advances, there's been minor tweaks to the game, but like the golf swing and especially the putting itself hasn't changed, right? Like what was applicable in 1950 is kind of still applicable now. And I just thought that was pretty cool. And this Tommy Armour talks about like how many different strategies there are to putting and grip and stance and all that kind of stuff. And a few funny stories actually mixed in there. But I wanted to kind of mention this part of it. So it says, there's other advice of a general nature I can give you about putting. And that is for you to bear in mind that you usually miss the hole farther by being short or past it than you ever miss it to one side or the other. So you usually miss the hole farther by being short or past it than you ever miss it to one side or the other. So try in any way that you can figure out to get your putts as nearly as humanly possible to the right length.
Makes sense.
In other words, speed is the key, right?
Yeah. But I also think you make more putts if you get it past the hole.
For sure.
Well, I mean, yeah, because your read doesn't have to be 100% perfect.
But it is disgusting how many times we talk on here, like actually disgusting, and how many times you talk in scrambles about why would you ever leave a putt short, like right. Ever, in a scramble especially.
Yes. And
yet you leave like 6 and 18 holes short. It doesn't make any sense. How many did I leave short the other day? Like 12?
That's like, King up?
Fuck.
Yeah.
But it just it's so strange how it happens. That's why the best putters you play with always get it like a foot past the hole, always. And they always have a chance to make them.
So you're disagreeing with the statement from Tommy then?
No, I agree with the short part of it, but I don't know.
There was another part to that too that said, if you're going to miss high because the ball never falls into the hole if you're below. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is a really good tip. And that's something that actually has improved my putting. I think whenever I keep that in mind is to always be on the high side of the hole, because that's the only way it's going to fall into the hole, just because of gravity. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Shotguns hit me pretty hard here, folks. I'm saying things like, you know what I mean.
Yeah, me.
Just shotgun heavy.
Rigo, do you want to talk about Chez's putting tip that he gave you, or the putting drill, while we're on the topic of putting?
Oh, you got to prepare me for this stuff, man.
And then I'll talk about my experience at Craven on the weekend. Because
you gotta prepare me better for this stuff. I'll
give you a teaser. It wasn't great.
Uh-oh.
Sorry, Rigo.
Is it called Craven still? I thought
No, it's actually called Country Thunder now.
It sounds like a male stripper group.
What is that? What is the Thunder strippers?
Thunder from Down Under?
Yes. We were coming home from Rigo's stag, actually, from Saskatoon on the way home. And we stopped in at a gas station on the way home from Saskatoon. And so there was like 16 of us there. And I think Dal was either the first or second through there. And he told the lady that we were Country Thunder and that we were on no, not Country Thunder, Thunder from Down Under, Canadian version. And she bit so hard. She was basically like, after that, she was making comments to every guy that rolled through there. She said that she wished she would have known, because she would have brought her daughter down to the store.
Okay, so
and not one of us looked like we're in stripper shit.
Yeah, you could not find 16 guys further from looking like male strippers.
I won't strip for Alyssa. Never mind fucking randos.
She didn't even question it though.
Yeah.
Okay, Rigo, hit us. What do we got?
So since his tip is center of your stance. So this is a ball positioning. Center of your stance for straight putts. Left to right ball. Left to right ball should be about a ball in front of center, and right to left ball should be a ball back. Theory is if you hit a bit late, you'll keep it on the high side by pulling it a bit and have more chance to go in, and vice versa for the opposite. Hit it early and it will stay on the high side longer. Interesting.
How do you guys putt right now? Do you putt it with it in the middle of your feet? Because mine's like at the front of the front foot, just inside of my front foot.
Yeah, mine too.
Rigo?
I don't know. I would say to the front.
I don't know.
I don't really pay attention to that, to be honest. I probably towards the front though, I would say. I used to forward press really hard, and I don't do that anymore with this spider. But
you did. You almost look like you were hitting a chip with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'd be pretty close to center on mine.
I'm wondering now if my feet are too far apart when I'm putting.
You have, like, I've never seen you putt as good as you have lately, so I don't know if I'd change a whole lot.
True words. But did you see that video of Cam Smith that I reposted with his feet? Like, they were almost close together. Hey?
Were they close? Yeah.
Really close. So maybe that's the key. I don't know.
I didn't get to watch any of that freaking golf, man. I watched Thursday, Friday, but then I went up to Charles Lake with no service at all Saturday and just had to miss everything. That seems to be a common theme, actually. It seems like Easton knows when the majors are and I have to go up to Charles. I've missed a lot of major golf in the last few years.
Do you think that's the case?
Is it going to get better when you're married?
She just catfished me. She knows when the majors are, and she plans those weekends up there.
Yeah.
Pretends like she doesn't know anything about golf, but she has the app on her phone just telling her when majors are coming. Unreal. Oh, well.
What are you most excited about for the wedding?
To be done speaking. No, I don't know. It'll be unreal. There's a good group of people coming, so it'll be a shit show. I think that we bought enough liquor, but I might double back and buy a little more, just knowing that things are going to be a shit show. And
probably should.
It's
bring some pocket beers.
We'll have a bus full outside, so I guess we could bring that in too.
Bus full of beers.
Yeah, no, it should be good.
You tried on your suit last night. It looked pretty good.
Yeah, it fits, surprisingly. Little punch pocket fits in there good.
You got your speech ready, George?
Yeah. Pretty close.
I was confident.
It's kind of cool when things like this come up, hey?
Well,
like when go ahead.
Yeah. I was just going to say I have most of it down. I just kind of need to tighten her up a bit, maybe delete some stuff, maybe add a bit, but the first couple drafts are done, so I don't know. I usually like to be a little bit more prepared than not, just so it's not as stressful during the day. Do you know what I mean?
Are you going off the head or do you?
No.
Yeah.
I don't. Maybe people can do that. I can't do that. I mean, if I had to, I probably could, but I don't think that would be my first choice. I just feel like that's where you get really nervous if you're not prepared for it. That's right. When the nerves really kick in, is when you don't know what you're talking about. And then you kind of lose your train of thought and you don't have anything to fall back on. And that's when shit hits the fan.
Yeah. I found it really cool. We're announcing our wedding parties. Like, not the MC, like me and E-Star. So I write something for like all 4 guys in the wedding party, and then a letter to East, and then a letter to mom and dad. And it's just like, it's kind of cool times actually, because you're sitting there like look, because so many things happen in life that you just completely forget happened, and then kind of once you go through everything, it's like, holy shit, like, yeah, like there's actually been a lot of stuff that's happened in the last 10 years that you kind of, I don't know, just certain things stick out, I guess, more than others. But it's cool. It's like a trip down memory lane, but I'm excited. It'll be fun.
That's also a good tip from Ches there about the wider stance.
Take the arc out of your putting stroke.
Speaking of that, Rigo, I don't think that I talked about it on the podcast yet, but mom and dad actually found a time capsule that I made in 1997.
Oh,
speaking of going down memory lane
in Strath,
from Strathclair, yeah. So, anyways, it said do not open until July 1st, 2022.
Wow.
Yeah, and so we opened it last week. I mean, when you have stuff like that that's been around for 25 years, I was really hoping like that there was a Pikachu. I guess Pokemon wouldn't have been around then, but like something worth value, right?
But rookie card or something.
Yeah, but it was it basically just had some like flyers in it. It had like a newspaper from like the flood of 97 in there. So the flyers just basically showed what the prices were at the time, just to compare to now. And we obviously know how that went. But and then there was I had like a picture of a Lego. I took a picture of my Lego set that I built. That was the only picture that was in there. And then Goosebumps book, write your own or choose
your own ending. Yeah.
And then it had some notes. So Grandma Donna wrote a note to me, or about me. I guess it wasn't really to me, but Grandma Joyce did too. And then Mom and Dad each did their own thing. And then I just had some stupid note in there. It was just like, I have a brother named Regan and I have a house. And it's just, I was like 9 years old, so I didn't really know
what was going on. How come your brother named Regan didn't get to do one?
I have a belly button. No, I think it was at school, right?
Yeah, it was at school.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
I thought it was like your parents got you to do this and then just left Reg out of it.
But it also had like
I was crying in my room.
Strathclair School was like
he beat the shit out of you and then just got to do that while you're just laying there.
Strathclair was like K to 12, right? So it had like the list of everybody that was in my class, and then like the class above me, and basically the whole school, all their names are in there. So it was kind of cool. But anyways,
I missed it by 1 year.
What's that?
I missed it by 1 year.
Yeah, you weren't in there.
Tough.
But the point of it is I think we're gonna actually do another one for this year, and then do it in maybe not 25 years, because who knows what'll happen by then, but like maybe 20. I don't know. So
I'm putting this idea
for it is. I got a couple ideas, but One of them is I'm actually gonna send like $100 worth of Bitcoin into a wallet, and then just write down like the private keys in the time capsule, and then just bury it and forget about it, and then see what it's worth in 25 years. I think that would be pretty cool.
What if you know what it's worth in 15 years?
I know that's what
make you
Dad
a lot
said
of
too. He's
money?
like, if you remember that time capsule's there and it's way up, there's no way you're gonna leave it there for 25 years.
Yeah, all of a sudden it's $1
Never.
million.
Yeah, you cash that out every time.
Do you though? I don't know. It says
Yes.
do not open until. So
I'd cash.
you cash?
Well, I'd cash, but then I'd put it back into something and lose it. So maybe I should just leave it in there.
Might not remember though, to be honest with you. Because this might be in 5 years if the price really goes up and it's like a noticeable amount, or 10 years even. I might not remember that I had it.
Yeah, true. I think you'd remember it though.
What would you guys put in your time capsules? Has anybody out there made a time capsule before? If so, have you ever opened it, or did you forget about it? Did you make one, Drums? Because you were in Shoal Lake at that time. I'm sure they would have been doing the same shit as Strathclair.
97, I wasn't there.
No, 98?
No, I didn't get there till 2000.
What?
Yeah.
No, we moved in 2000.
Yeah, I was only there for like a year.
Oh. That's awkward.
Yeah, well, we moved there in 99, moved to Dauphin in 01.
Did you just roll up to the baseball diamonds on your bike? First time I ever saw you. For some reason, still a memory I have. Super strange.
Who would have known that 30 years later, 25 years later, we'd still be doing a podcast together? That moment.
What baseball diamonds?
Did you have a black and green bike? I think you did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Weird.
That's
It's
so
like
weird.
vivid in my mind at Shoal Lake. We were there for a practice and you came rolling up, new guy on your green and black bike. But it's
by the
weird
rink?
to me. Yeah.
I remember you more like at hockey than.
Yeah, it's just it's so weird. I've always had that memory. But
do you think it'd be with the time capsules now? Do you think it'd be cool to?
Nope.
No, I don't think it'd be cool
See you,
to
bud.
just duck out like that.
Okay, anyways, we'll check you later, George.
Smell you later.
Oh, that's good stuff. What the hell? That's super weird.
He's back.
Oh, he's back.
Just
What
puts
happened
himself in a time capsule.
Yeah, did you go in the time capsule?
Do you think that the time cap? This just must be Rossman like internet connection. It just drops randomly. But, anyways, do you think that like the digital? Think they'll like you could do a digital version of it, so you have like a USB that you put in there and put like pictures in there and stuff? I don't know.
So a lot of people. My cousin did this when her first kid was born. Was like made him a email, and then emailed him all the time.
Oh,
And
really?
then when he's 18, they'll give him like the password and stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's sick.
That is really cool.
Huh.
I feel like it'd be cool also to do like videos.
Yeah, like they'll send like, because you can like send it right from your phone too. Like they'll make a video of whatever they're doing and then send it to the email.
That'd be so. Imagine getting that when you're 18 years old. That'd be such a good gift.
Did you do that or no, Drums?
Yeah, no,
Why?
we're not that organized over
You
here.
still got time.
We
I
got
want to
time.
do for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I've done it with Hank, but he's not really ever going to be able to see it. Like,
Probably my biggest regret of the last couple of years is that I didn't take a better journal of kind of how things have gone with the COVID stuff. Or I guess I shouldn't say that. The illness that happened. And just everything crazy in the world. I feel like it would have been so cool to have like my own perspective of it at the time, especially looking back. So maybe I'll do like a write-up of it and maybe include that in my time capsule. That might be cool.
I mean, we got a bit of it like through this.
True. That's very true, actually.
Talk about it a whole hell of a lot.
I actually wish that we would have been doing lives sooner than we were, just so we could have all like other people involved in that too. Although they might have had a different opinion than the Kingdom podcast, but whatever. It is what it is.
Yeah, it'll be cool though. I think like it'll be super cool to look back on this and see it.
You should do that for your wedding, Rigo. Like do that as a time capsule for your wedding with Easton.
What?
Like just
Get married.
Like the week after your wedding, just do a time capsule and like put it away for 25 years.
Yeah, that'd be cool actually. On the honeymoon.
On the honeymoon. Okay. Do you guys have anything else you want to talk about?
Not much this week, man. I'm still just getting back into society.
I'm super pissed that I had to miss the US or the Open. Like really pissed, but whatever.
Was good.
And if Rory would have won, I made a 5-game MLB parlay, partnered with Rory to win the tournament on Friday, and then I left out of service for 3 days, so I was excited to get back into service to see what the hell happened.
Where the hell were you? At Easton's Lake?
Child's Lake, yeah.
I thought it was Easton Lake.
I returned to see Rory finishing second and all 5 baseball bets winning.
No.
Shush.
Yeah.
How much?
How much was it worth?
Can't say.
Why?
Because it was worth quite a bit.
Like 10 grand?
No, I was only a $25 bet. I think it was like 1,312 or something.
Reggie?
Like a lot.
This was an idea I had actually included in my notes, speaking of gambling. Do you think it would be cool to do a betting segment by Reggie, Bets with Reg?
I don't win. That's the issue.
I know, but maybe.
I don't give a fuck what he says then.
Maybe if you tell other people to do it, you might change your card mojo.
To tell you the truth, like if I bet, it's going to sound really stupid, but if I bet to make money, like I just have so much skin in the game. Like I let my heart take over and bet on guys that I shouldn't bet on. But a lot of the time, like I have a feeling who's going to win at the start of the week, but I bet with my heart instead. Same as hockey and baseball, just stupid.
Could you do a segment though? Would you feel comfortable doing that or no? You could be like Matthew McConaughey and 2 for the Money. What's that guy's name? It's a cool name.
I could try to do something, but it wouldn't be me making the picks. I would consult with somebody else.
Why?
Reg,
I don't win.
Brandon, you're a bit of a barstool guy. Do you know like that Stu Feiner?
No.
That crazy old guy that they have like do their betting and stuff?
No.
That movie's based off of his life.
2 for the Money?
Yeah, so he's Al Pacino in the movie.
Oh, the older guy?
Yeah.
Who's Brandon? Is that a real guy?
Yeah. And like Brandon fucked him over.
That's a true story?
Yeah.
Man, did you guys see Bob Does Sports? Did you see Fat Perez quit his job?
Oh, so he's just going
full time? They're going full-time content, and the world doesn't know what's about to hit them. Those guys are unbelievable.
Did you
see quit his job? That's good. That's good.
Did you see when they went to play against the foreplay guys and Cole Cuts was singing and he's just an unreal singer?
He seems like he would be like a Frank Sinatra type. Is that what he was?
That's what he was. Well, what was he singing?
Well, because they're from like New York.
Oh, he was singing Piano Man. He was singing Piano Man.
Oh, God, I got to find this. Okay, what is it? Cold Cuts are singing Piano Man with foreplay? I'm going to watch that tonight. You know what I need to start doing more is watching like stuff like Spittin' Chicklets, like the matches and like foreplay stuff. Like that stuff's entertaining, eh?
Yeah, it is.
Like I start watching Netflix show and then I always just want to watch that. But like, do you guys just watch YouTube on your TV?
Yeah, I don't even have cable.
Yeah,
no, I know, but like Netflix or just YouTube?
Phone, yeah. No, I just watch YouTube mostly.
The Spittin' Chicklets. Who is the old? I can't remember what the old shit. I gotta find it now.
John Anthony Ches says.
Fuck is John Anthony?
Is that the guy from 2 for the Money? I think that's Al Pacino. Maybe not. I don't know. Ches must be a little behind. Speaking of matchups and content, did you guys come up with a couple matches that you would like to see or no?
No, I didn't. Like from around here or the Spittin' Chicklets one? Or not Spit and Chicklets, the LIV Tour or what?
What's that?
Never mind.
I'd like to see
Never mind.
I'd like to see Scotty Mac vs Landon Cameron.
Just mono a mono?
Mono a mono.
Beers or no?
Well, yeah.
Anything goes.
Yeah.
So I texted Rigo the other day about this because this was an idea that popped into my head. I was kind of thinking when I was driving, I think this was on the way to Regina, on the way to Craven, which I still need to touch on. But I was thinking like if we did like a rural group of golfers versus city group of golfers, because we are like a smaller town rural show, I guess, rural golf show. They're more city, like the 2.5 sticks guys, or Rigo said 1.5 sticks now. I don't know.
No, 2 sticks.
Two sticks. Gotcha.
Half guy's gone, I think.
But it'd be cool to do like a top 8 from the rural versus top 8 versus the Winnipeg guys. But I don't know if any of us would even make the cut. I said me and Drums might not. Well, probably would.
I'm out.
But then Rigo said we should do three of us and then 5 of like the top guys from rural versus those guys. I think that'd be we'd probably get smoked, but it'd be a good content podcast.
Well, you just make it handicap style.
No handicaps.
No, but they can't have like all fucking scratch golfers.
Why? We got
a couple in the chat probably.
Touche.
What about this match? Dave Sanalka versus Patty Law.
I think Patty Mobson, no? Does Dave play much?
I don't know.
Ooh.
That's
hopefully Dave doesn't listen to that. Yeah, Chaz is behind here a little bit. Catch up, Chaz, baby. No, dude. That's John Anthony? I thought his name was Brandon.
I think the real guy's name.
Oh. Okay. So if anybody wants to send this video to 2.5 sticks, although Jordy, we're actually going to be working with a little bit. So I think that actually might tie into that. For next summer, we want to set that up. I don't know what it would look like. I don't know where we would play. Maybe be a two, one rural, one city venue, home and home. Ooh. Maybe we have to do some tryouts for the rural crew. We'll call them tryouts.
I'm here for the tryouts.
And we have
you assholes better not cut me.
Can't accord. I'll be fine.
Don't you think that would be kind of fun though, just to do as like a podcast versus podcast type thing? I don't know, maybe not.
Yeah. I'm in.
Do you know? I think that we should have done like a recording of the whole day at the King Cup. I think would have been electric.
Yeah, we should do that.
I got a couple notes for next year, and one of them is to hire like a photographer / videographer.
Yeah. Hire a pigeon to just float around and film.
So rates will be going up. Inflation.
8.1, baby.
So I'm going to talk about Craven now. And as usual, for our last 10 minutes or 5 minutes of the show,
the Thunder.
If you have any questions, comments, concerns, discussions to bring up, let us know. We're happy to stick around. We really have no time limits. It's usually just when we run out of shit to talk about where we end. So let us know in the comments. If not, this is going to be kind of a downer to end on, but whatever. Kind of funny though now. Now looking back, it's kind of funny. So anyways, I'll start by saying that Craven, and if you've never been to Craven, it's basically just a field. It's a farmer's field in a valley with a bunch of campers. It's usually very mucky and muddy. And but they get really good acts because they don't really have a capacity, like a max capacity. So they get a shitload of people there, which is good and bad, I think. And so I will say part of the acts there, like we watched Lee Bryce, we watched Hardy, we watched Morgan Wallen, and we tried watching Blake on Sunday, but there was a big tornado warning going through there, so we had to bail on that. But Steve Langston would help out for sure. That's actually a really good idea.
Did he play?
His picture too. What's that?
Did he play? Blake?
I'm not even sure. Bridge and I were heading out there on Sunday at 9 and got a text saying that there's a tornado warning. So we just stayed at home instead. So we were both pretty hungover anyway. So it worked out okay. But anyways, the acts were phenomenal. Like Morgan Wallen was probably the best performer I've ever seen. He just had so much energy coming out. He came out to up down, and he came out so hot out of the gates. I've never seen anything like that before. It actually kind of reminded me of Garth Brooks, like that kind of
I
energy.
was just gonna say, yeah,
which is rare, really rare.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, if he's like this the whole time, this is going to be phenomenal. But he also has some slow songs and stuff. So it was probably the best show I've ever seen. He did not play an encore though. And I don't know if it's because Craven didn't want it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if performers actually wait to see if the crowd wants it or not, or if they just have a pre-plan that they're going to do it regardless.
Usually.
Because at Country Fest, there's nobody that leaves there without an encore. If they do, they usually get booed or something, right? Or no?
Yeah, I think most performers like plan for it, unless the venue says no, you're done. We gotta hit other time slots.
And that could have been it too. I'm not sure, but anyways, that was kind of the only disappointing part of the show. But other than that, he was million out of 10.
Get Broadway girls in there?
No, he didn't. That was actually what he like. There was about a 45-minute break between Hardy and Morgan. And so he played that song kind of as his opener, even though he wasn't on stage yet. He just kind of brought everybody back to you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, because who is it, Lil Durk?
Yeah.
He wasn't there. So it would be a kind of a hard song to sing live.
Lil Durk wasn't at Country Fest or
wasn't there,
Craven? No.
And the people were awesome at Craven, but the setup itself and the operations there and oh man, it was actually horrible. I've never experienced anything that poor in my life. Maybe we're spoiled being a Country Fest for all these years because of the amphitheater there, but I could have got past that. Like honestly, the tent to get drinks was a mile long, so we didn't even have a drink really for Morgan Wallen because it wasn't worth it to go wait in line. I almost got arrested for drinking a beer in like the campground on the road.
Huh?
Like the female cop actually came out of her vehicle to try and arrest me for drinking a beer.
Wow.
I mean, the cop did show up and say, pour those out, which is, I guess it's because it's private property that you can't drink on the roads there or something. I guess if I would have stepped onto the grass, I could have finished my beer. Anyways, I was a little buzzed. So he said, pour out your beer. I started chugging it. The female cop comes out of her vehicle to try to arrest me.
Yikes.
And then what else was there? The worst part though was the lineup for the buses. So we left Morgan Wallen, and I knew it was going to be bad. But like we left the show, basically got some pizza. We were probably waiting in line at 12:30. We got back to Regina after 5.
What? How far is it?
Like half an hour.
5 hours?
And it wasn't even like, it was the most uncomfortable I've ever been in my life because there were so many people there. And you were like basically shoulder to shoulder with people for 5 hours, standing.
Drunk.
It was honestly like the most inhumane. I mean, whatever. We're pretty good here in Canada. No, I'm not complaining about that. But it was like not right what happened there. And there was only like 2 buses going to each stop from Regina and back and forth from there. 2 buses.
Wow.
So there was a full hour where there was so many people behind us. I bet people didn't get home till 8 a.m. that were standing in line since midnight.
What the fuck? So people don't stay there?
Well, they do, but like they offer free shuttles back to Regina.
Oh, gotcha.
So, but the lineups were just insane. So like you compare it to Country Fest where you go around the corner and like there's no bus there. So you basically like go back and grab some more food, or there's like enough for a bus full to like screw it. I'll wait for the next bus. You go back and get another drink or whatever. But this line was honestly like, I don't know how long it was. It was absolutely insane. And we didn't get it was light outside when we got back to Regina, and then we had to take an Uber from there.
Wow.
It was
That's
nuts.
mental.
It actually was mental. Like I've never experienced anything like that in my life. I was gonna send Craven an email, but I don't know if it's worth it to do. Like, I don't know.
Just send them this clip.
I guess I could. That was actually kind of what I was hoping to get out of this. Is hopefully they figure their shit out, because this just not right. Like spend an extra $10K and get 20 more buses, so they're just like going there. Like we waited a full hour where nobody saw a bus for 4 stops. So we didn't even know if they were coming back or not. So
like, did the buses just keep coming back till 3
They
a.m.?
did, but there was only 2. So it'd be like the bus would come and then it would travel for 45 minutes, then come back. So it's like a full hour or more. What does that mean, Chaz?
I'm thinking for the beer.
Oh, for the beer. Yeah, he's a little bit behind.
I might have to I might have to we might have to wrap this up. My foot's starting to get pretty puffy here.
Okay. That's fine.
Let's see it.
Show your feet.
You won't be able to see it. I don't think so.
SFFO. You know what that means?
Ooh.
Oh yeah, she's got some bruises there for sure.
It's a lot better than it was, but
Do you know what SFFO means?
show feeder fuck off. That's why I'm still here.
Oh shit. Okay, so we got the farmers on Friday. We're going to Kipmore on Monday. And then we got Reggie's wedding next week. Do you want to do like a wedding show, Rigo, next week or no?
Live from?
I don't know if I'll even be able to do one, but we'll see how things go.
What will you be doing on Wednesday night?
Maybe a busy week. I don't know. Let me check the duotang.
I'm pretty pumped to see our boy Rubes.
Canner. Yeah, Rube should be good to see.
What's that little box there?
A foot.
Blocks.
A foot?
Yeah, a foot and then fire.
Oh, I can't see that. I only see a box.
Oh,
It's like a question mark when you don't update your phone.
yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Let's bounce, boys.
Let's bounce.
We're out of here. Love ya. Later. Peace.
Love
See
you,
you, boys.
fellas. Thanks to everybody in the chat for showing up again, even though it's the most beautiful night of the year. And we'll see you next week.